Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we will like to present our problem solving activity for topic 5, emotion and mood. My name is Intan Arisa binti Tajuddin, 262184. Today I want to explain about introduction. Emotions are intense, discrete and short-lived feeling experiences that are often caused by a specific event, and it is usually accompanied by distinct facial expression. Not all respond in the same way to the same situation. For example, a manager's of speaking can make someone feel inspired, another feel sad, and another feel angry. Positive emotions such as joy, love, and surprise are the result of our reactions to the desired event. For negative emotions such as anger, fears, and sadness can result from undesirable events. For moods, it is longer-lived and less intense feelings than emotions, and often arise without a specific event acting as stimulus. It lasts longer than emotions, either hours or a day. The feeling is more general in a positive or negative. The mood generally is indicated by distinct expressions and more cognitive in nature. Emotional labor refers to regulating or managing emotional expression with others as a part one of professional work role. For instance, they are needed to show smiles, eye contact, and provide real attention to customer requirements. Emotional labor is a key component of effective job performance. To analyze emotional labor, we divide emotion into felt and displayed emotions. Felt emotion is our actual emotions, while displayed emotion is the organization requires workers to show and consider appropriate in a given job. McDonald's Company, an American fast food chain, one of the biggest in the world, they owned by its hamburger. Its headquarters are located in Oak Brook, Illinois. There are over 36,000 restaurants serving McDonald's in 117 countries. About 75% of McDonald's restaurants are owned and run by independent owners worldwide. Through it, exclusively owned by franchise firm, McDonald's has many ethical and social responsibility strategies in place. These policies include putting customer service at the heart of what they do, empowering their workers by cultivating their creativity. A significant number of organizations and businesses specializing in the service industry are satisfied with the attention of the customer. McDonald's is one of these organizations. There is more subtle exchange in the modern business relationships where there is a mutually beneficial exchange between the seller and the buyer, which is the exchange of emotions. McDonald's has a manual describing the desirable qualities to exhibit whilst completing a service transaction. The employees are required to respond to customer demand and reflexively, and they are encouraged to smile and to be conscious.
A good day, madam, and my name is Tamawi with matter number 263530. I will continue to the second part, which the problems related to the issues, the emotional issue that happen in some of the McDonald's restaurants. Actually, being an emotion level, they are lead to many negative effects, such as higher turnover rate, job dissatisfaction, and job stress. In a perfect world, it would be best for any organization to have employees who love their job, enjoy working with their coworkers, are happy with the salary, willing to work hard for the managers, and never leave the organizations. However, in the real world, employees do leave either because they want more money, hate the work environment, hate their coworkers, or want a change. How many of the McDonald's restaurants have a high turnover of staff, which may have an effect on the overall efficiency and profitability of the McDonald's restaurants. One of the senior executives at McDonald's put the chance annual employee turnover at nearly 44%, According to the Chief Human Resource Officer of McDonald's, Mr. Forrest, the managerial turnover was at 20% globally, while that of the crew members averaged between 80% and 90%. Even when customers are disrespectful and aggressive, McDonald's workers are required to manage themselves internally by being friendly, smiling, and cautious to customers. Moreover, the employees of McDonald's still ask to smile politely and greet every single customer, even when the managers are shouting at them and blaming them for something which was not their fault and they are not comfortable with their co-workers. These employees are really being an emotional labor and they are forced to leave the organizations because they find it extremely difficult to work with their managers and co-workers. Job satisfaction is the degree to which the employee is pleased with his or her job. This will help to boost the optimistic attitude of the employees toward work. In Korea, the union revealed the result of a survey on 100 former and current part-timers of McDonald's, showing that 78% of respondents were not satisfied with their low salaries. Besides, 64% of respondents were forced into emotional labor. Even in this low-pay service job, McDonald's is required its employees to do even more and they have to come up with courtesy tasks for their customers. Although emotional labor is a key feature of McDonald's, its employees are dissatisfied to work under this environment where the managers are being negative to them. Workplace stress is a negative physical and emotional reaction that may arise when there is a tension between the worker job requirements and the employee's degree of control over meeting those demands. According to a worker who had been working as receptionist at McDonald's for 6 months, it had to deal with a lot of stress at the workplace. He said, I do not want to work for a manager who is not well organized in his work. Sometimes his manager often attempts to minimize costs by making an employee work harder in order to increase income for the company so that they don't have to hire other workers. Not only to be qualified emotional laborers at the front desk, he also required to help his co-worker in the kitchen. Being an In a nutshell, being an emotional labor will cause a lot of negative consequences such as job dissatisfaction towards the environment, job stress, and high turnover rates. In serious conditions, it may be complicated by mental and physical health problems. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Siti Noikmah binti Abdul Rahman. My TIN number is 262202. The effects of emotional labor within the organization mostly are largely negative. Emotional labor will cause a lot of negative consequences such as high turnover rate, job dissatisfaction towards the work environment, and job stress. Therefore, there are some real challenges faced by McDonald's top management team due to the effect of emotional labor in the workplace. The first challenge faced by top management team due to high turnover rate is large cost consumption. These costs include recruitment costs, training costs, new hire costs, lost productivity costs, and lost sale costs. They should include all the costs of getting the new employee to the same level of productivity as the employee who left. Recruitment costs are usually in the form of advertisement. The training costs include the cost of departmental training, the cost of the person who conduct the training, and the cost of various training materials. They are also have lost productivity costs because of mistake the new employee makes during the training period. Therefore, employee turnover will be very costly for an organization. The next challenge faced by McDonald's top management team when job dissatisfaction towards the work environment happen is decreased productivity. Low job satisfaction coupled with low employee morale equals a lack of productivity in the workplace. When employee is unhappy, they don't focus well and they don't pay attention to their tasks. When one member of a team displays low productivity, it is only natural for other members of the team to feel dissatisfied as a result, and their productivity will begin to decline as well. A decrease in productivity becomes a challenge to team management because decreased productivity has some negative impacts on a company, including economic effects on profitability. Last challenge faced by McDonald's management team when job stress increases is to communicate properly with an employee. Communication should be a priority for any company. There are particular issues and challenges to the management team need to overcome to make sure that line of communication remain open and effective. Employees who are feeling stressed out may become easily frustrated or angry. It's also easy for them to misunderstand another person's intention or what they are trying to communicate. Therefore, management needs to use appropriate way to communicate with stressful employees. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur Zawani binti Bahari, matric number 273845. Today I will talk about recommendation for McDonald's to overcome emotional labor problem in order to increase the productivity of its business. The recommendation include performing a comprehensive culture audit, applying emotional intelligence, and investing in teaching people skills. Firstly, McDonald's should perform a comprehensive culture audit in order to overcome its emotional labor problem on the high turnover of staff. Organizational culture includes all aspects of an organization environment, which means each employee total life experience in the company are combined with all other employees to create part of the corporate culture. There are two main reasons to look at the McDonald's current culture, which are the current culture seem positive, but it may need to create a culture that will best support the accomplishment of the business goals. In this case, McDonald's might want to change its organization by encouraging the employee to choose relationship over the need for legitimate conflict about ideas and direction to serve the customers. The second reason is McDonald's already believes its current culture is damaged and hurting the growth of company success, which leads the company to take a forward step to understand the reason of the problem. So, McDonald's may take a consideration to recognize the damaged culture which result in high turnover of staff. Due to that, McDonald's need to form a cross-functional team to plan the process and the method for assessing the culture to fix the problem. To conclude, performing a comprehensive culture audit is a good recommendation to overcome high turnover of staff for McDonald's organization. Next problem, which is job satisfaction, could be controlled if McDonald's organization apply emotional intelligence to its business by implementing service recovery performance. Emotional intelligence can be defined as the ability to understand the employee's own feeling and others' employee feeling when making decisions. Therefore, it is vital for McDonald's managers to understand the influence of emotional intelligence on emotional labor effort and outcome. In this case, the focus is on the implementation of service recovery performance because service employees' job performance is considered very important to delivering high-quality service, achieving customer satisfaction, and obtaining long-term repeat business, which gives huge impact to job satisfaction in a company. Since it is related to the quality of interpersonal relationship, those with high service recovery performance are more likely to have job satisfaction through better communication and collaboration with their colleagues. Better recovery performance leads to positive job satisfaction, whereas poor performance leads to insecure by customers, which result in emotional expression. Therefore, it is hypothesized that the apply of emotional intelligence in implementation of service recovery performance has the ability to control emotional labor problem regarding job satisfaction in McDonald's organization. Lastly, McDonald's should invest in teaching employees the performance of emotional labor related to IR 4.0 in order to control the workplace stress problem. McDonald's must ensure that all store workers are properly trained in emotional labor policies and procedures to minimize their stress during work. Therefore, McDonald's must provide sufficient resources related to fourth industrial revolution to ensure that these trainings are conducted by qualified instructors who have a recent demonstrated knowledge of the subject. Training must include an overview of the emotional labor, recognizing and managing stress behavior, operational procedure designed to reduce worker stress, and also policies and procedure for obtaining emotional and counseling. In addition to the general training for all staff, McDonald's should provide supplementary training to supervisors and managers. This is necessary so they are able to recognize high risk of workplace stress situation and make any necessary changes in the physical work site policies and procedure to eliminate those risks. To conclude, a training conducted by McDonald's management is important to prepare the employee from early on to be versatile, which can help the employees to be able to control their stress in workplace. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurul Amirah binti Awam Muhammad. My membership number 261983. I am from Group 10. Today, I want to continue the presentation about implications that McDonald's will face in implementing every suggestion to overcome emotional labor problem. Firstly, get to overcome high turnover of staff from McDonald's organization. A cultural audit aims to create increased level of insight, so McDonald's can determine the extent to which current activity that staff McDonald's do. This cultural audit also helps McDonald's to identify the negative culture in the management of McDonald's company. Secondly, creating a productive work environment. In this case, McDonald's can use emotional intelligence, which is to know the staff emotional level if they very work hard and get stressed doing the work. Emotional intelligence helps McDonald's staff in increase self-confidence, motivation, creativity, and understanding in themselves. So, employees feel more enjoyable to do work and strive to produce high-quality work. Next, provide high-quality service. This is because McDonald's can double productivity, quality, and innovation if they use service recovery performance. Through this method, McDonald's also able to produce a product that is quite perfect without errors. So, the customer feel more confident to use the service and product offered by McDonald's. Moreover, when customers start to feel confident and happy use McDonald's product, this can indirectly help in giving good emotion to McDonald's employee. So, this help to solve emotional labor problem of employee. Lastly, producing creative-minded employee. Training that employee need to follow in relation to IR 4.0 is a very opportunity to acknowledge about the benefits of IR 4.0. So, the organization of McDonald's able to produce employee to be creative and innovative in doing the job, which is in relation to IR 4.0. In addition, McDonald's employees also able to identify and manage the emotion of themselves with three main, which are awareness, networking, and emotional control. So, the employee able to think more creatively, critically, and innovatively, and this indirectly help McDonald's able to get high value market in the world. That's all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, emotional labor issue is often occur in McDonald's all around the world. This issue will cause many negative consequences to its employees, like job dissatisfaction towards the work environment, job stress, and high turnover rate. McDonald's top management should perform a comprehensive culture audit to overcome high turnover rate. McDonald's should invest in teaching employees the performance of emotional labor related to IR 4.0 in order to control emotional labor problems. Other than that, if McDonald's employees have a high level of emotional intelligence, then it helps those employees in adapting to the work environment and condition. The last one, through this method, McDonald's is able to produce a product in quite perfect without errors so that customers feel more confident to use the product and service offered by McDonald's. Emotional labor can be traumatic and can undermine the well-being of a worker. Hence, McDonald's management team should put more effort to avoid the employees for becoming emotional labor at the workplace. Thus, McDonald's manager must be able to show all the emotions needed by the various types of service workers to use judgment about which emotion to display at a given. That's all from us. Thank you.